Why does God allow us to go through these valleys? Why does God allow us to experience these dark times in our life where we feel isolated, where we feel alone? Why does God lead us not into a vast expanse called a valley in our terms, but a very narrow, damp, dark corridor? Everything that happens to us is either caused by God to happen or allowed by God to happen. God either orchestrates it or He allows it. And it's for one purpose. It is for your growth. If you would have never experienced a valley, how would you grow? How would you learn to trust and depend on Him? God allows us at times to experience these valleys, to walk through these valleys specifically to teach us to trust Him, to teach us to depend upon Him. That as we grow a little older in the Lord, that we can sing like Andre Crouch. I thank God for those mountains. I thank God for those valleys. I thank Him for the storms and the times that He brought me through. Because if I never had a problem, I wouldn't know how God could solve them. And I wouldn't know what faith in God can do. And we can say, through it all, I've learned to trust in Jesus. I've learned to trust in God. Through it all, I've learned to depend upon His Word. It is during these times that in the valley of the shadow of death, there are things that you need to know, that you are not alone. Yes, you may feel alone. You may feel isolated. But if you are a child of God, the Scripture tells us that even though I'm walking through that valley of the shadow of death, He said, I will not fear any evil. Why? Because you are with me. The Scripture tells us that He said, I'll never leave you and I will never forsake you, that I will be with you. If I make my bed in hell, the psalmist would say, you are with me.